doing today. Okay, so we started the vinegar, I don't know, a few weeks ago. I'll figure that out. You know, I was just thinking, one thing that's nice about this quarantine is that you do not hear those blowers that they use to clean parking lots and around pools. You know, the ones you always see in LA. But no, there's a guy using one outside the house right now. I was just thinking he's finished. Put my earrings on, put my lipstick on, perfect. Forget it. It's a city. I actually enjoy kids being drunk at night and walking down the street and singing. I enjoy the sound of life. And that's the worst part about this stupid COVID-19. It seems like they've tried to take life out of us. And if we forget la joie de vivre, the joy of life, of walking a path or walking down the street and seeing kids in dorky outfits, then we've forgotten what life is about. And that's what life is about. It's the little things. It really is the little things. So we will not let this break us. So we are keeping busy. And what are we doing? We're making vinegar. So I've been watching this Scoby grow. It's been growing and growing and growing. Let's see what we got. Ooh, nice. What a lovely Scoby. Now, it grows to the width of the container that you have because it is a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. You know, you don't need to cover this in, you know, those alcohol wipe things. This is good. Bacteria and yeast is good. Ooh, look at that. Oh, I was wondering where that went. This is the little Scoby that was in that jar. Oh, it's sort of latched on like it's sucking to this one. This one is totally new. This one is the one that was in that old banana vinegar jar. Let's see. Oh, well, I've got another one in here. Another banana vinegar one. Wow, that's grown. And this is the kombucha Scoby. Interesting. I thought maybe it would attach, but they are two different entities. I'm going to pop that back in with the kombucha Scoobies. Like I said, I have tried to kill these things. They will not be killed. They will not be killed. They're like Russians in a movie. You keep shooting them and they keep coming back to life. See how that one fits that one perfectly? So, ooh, that's pretty much gone to vinegar. Oh, by the way, kombucha vinegar, like your kombucha, if it goes bad, it'll turn into vinegar. Don't worry about it. We use that. We always had like a squeeze bottle in the bathroom. And my daughter, you know, she's having a bath, she's playing, and I'd say put some on. And she'd always put some on, and she never got lice as a kid, because there's always lice going around nowadays, which is interesting because we have baths and showers and shampoos and all these products. But lice is everywhere. So this is beautiful. Let's see if there's anything else in there. No? Still sweet. Halfway there, I'd say. Halfway turn. So I'm cutting a ananas pineapple today. And I would like to not waste this skin. Now, always, you know, when you bring your fruit and veg in, wash it. You know, just rinse it in your sink. Sometimes people use vinegar, just a little splash of white vinegar. Good idea. Just always give your fruit a rinse. But you want the bacteria and yeast. You want that. So I'm just going to cut the skin off of this. Okay, this I'm going to throw out. The point of this is to try. To try. To try, to try. Try to try to try. So we're popping this in. And I'll keep it for a week. It's not too hot now. If it's hot, be careful. Fruit flies will love this. And they have loved it. Get a cover like this. Thin material. Whatever you can. And okay, it needs more water. I'm going to use my Berkey water. Quarter. Okay, good. You don't want it to go too high because sometimes it will rise as time goes on. So especially, it's like whenever you're making wine. That stuff will literally almost rise right out of the container and go over as it's bubbling and fermenting. And basically this is what it is. You're fermenting this. Now normally when I make pineapple vinegar, I add cane sugar or brown sugar or white sugar, whatever I have. But this is still sweet, and the pineapple has enough sweetness in it. You know, I might take the core out too. Oops. See there. Core. Okay. That's good. So, let's give it a taste. I'd say halfway there. So I'd say in about a week. Maybe 2, because it's not too... You know, I might put it near the door to outside so where it's a little cooler. Because it's hot in here now. It's mid-April and we still have the heat on. So let's see if this one decides to attach to Mommy. Because basically, you call this one a mother. Because it's constantly creating babies. And it is developed very nicely. Pop it over. Make sure it's covering the whole top. That way the bad bacteria and yeast cannot get in. There are a few good books out there now, I've noticed. Vinegar Revival is one that I've read. There's 2 or 3 or 4 out there now. There's obviously been a few of us quacks all over North America who've been doing this. I always find it interesting that the old world, they have all this knowledge yet they don't want to share it. Versus us, we're always trying to find the knowledge and we sort of have to figure it out. And I noticed that that was an issue with the lady, the Japanese, she's American, blonde, chubby American woman married to a Japanese guy, and she has done a bunch of good fermenting books about Japan. And whenever I read her books, she said the Japanese were hesitant to share with her, especially since she's a Gaijin, you know, she's a foreigner. Gaijin is technically, no, Gaijin's Japanese. And but then they realized that it's being lost, and it's the ability to try. She goes, half the time this stuff, you know, will fail. Don't worry about it. Give it a try. And it's when the failing that you figure things out, just like in life. Got a little something green in there. I think that's a flake of parsley. Don't worry about it. Have a little hint of parsley. And she says the Japanese won't try things because if they don't have a 100% success rate, you know, they think they fail. Excuse me. Failing is not that bad. So we're gonna let this sit. I'm gonna put it beside my outside door where it's a little cool there. And I will come and look. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. In a week, and we'll see how it's done. I think I'm pleased. I haven't. A lot of times I've done things and I literally had no idea. My first red wine SCOBY, I literally used the, what's it called? The goop at the end, the lees. And I literally, I don't even know if I put anything in there. I can't remember. Maybe I put some, oh I did. I put the end of apple cider vinegar at the bottom where it's, where you can see the It's hiding in there somewhere. The brown stuff, which is the SCOBYs developing, and I pulled it out and it was this thick. But I put it in the closet over the winter. So try it. Doesn't matter if it fails. You will always figure things out, and it's really refreshing and good for your gut to have something that you've done yourself. So if you have mangoes, I think there's mango vinegar. If you have, make sure it's not toxic, of course. But give it a try. This is Housewives Anonymous, making vinegar, as my daughter would say, again!